Not gonna show it, but this is what we're talking about here. Yeah, I know the lighting's not even that good right here, but we're gonna get when I opened up this door. This is kind of a pre-show here, kind of looking at what I'm gonna be doing. This video clip probably doesn't really do any justice. It is not good. This dent is super deep. Look how deep it is. Let me see if I can get a better shot this way. Yeah, you can see even more ripples in it. I am going back and forth with this insurance company. I sent them the photos. They said take 4 corners, whatnot. The story is that she thinks that it's going to be a couple $100 less than my estimate. No big deal. I'm going to contact the customer. I already actually talked to the customer. Customer's going to just pay the difference for it. So I haven't got the official estimate back from the insurance company. They're taking their sweet time. Meanwhile, I am already getting started taking the vehicle or the area apart. I took some of the trim on the top. I'm getting ready to drop the bumper. In order to take out the headlight, I've got to pull the bumper cover. I've got 2 screws or 2 bolts up top, and then there's a bolt right underneath, and then it'll slide back out. Look at it with the door open, so this looks pretty a lot more obvious now, doesn't it? It's significantly looks a lot more worse, and it is. It's just a lot of people say, "Well, the picture makes it look worse." No, the picture makes it look exactly what it says it is. It tells the exact truth of the type of damage we are dealing with. Look how deep that is. I mean, just from the straight on, you know that's pretty deep. Now the paint's we're gonna be able to buff that out. But the hard part is, like, see how the buckle here, and then how it really buckles up right there. That's the tough part. And then right above here, there's a crown up there. I haven't put the light on it yet. Now we see it with partial reflection because now we put a line board on it, and you can see how nasty it really is. Now down here, you can see that there is a nice crown right here. Matter of fact, there's a crown everywhere. Up top, you can slightly see the bend over there. I'm going to bring this board in a little bit closer. You can see the bend over here. Yeah. I don't even have, let's turn the light on. Shoot. I don't know why I didn't have the light on for you. All right. And then here's the deepest part right here in the middle. Dang, look at that. So I got this. I'm not worried about the paint right now, or the paint transfer, but I am going to prep the heck out of this area right here. I think I'm going to pull more, and my point is I want to pull this way, okay? I want to make the metal come this way. Actually, we're going to not use this piece right now. We're going to use this piece, and then I can hook to it. Okay, so I don't think can I fit 2? Yeah, I can fit 2. So just gonna get some tension on it. Oh, I need a stronger tension. It's kind of holding a little bit. Just gonna tap down a little bit of the crown.
Now, if you're afraid to use the crown jewel or something with one hand or a blending hammer, then try to use one of the crown jewel screw-on tips for your regular knockdown, or use a softer tap down like a rubber R4. I do tend to understand that R4 can make micro divots, and so be careful. Use more of a blunt or a round, smaller rubber ball tap down. So the whole point is to prevent big mistakes, okay, or adding micro mistakes on and on, because that's going to take you forever to clean up in the end.
Like, get it directly with that hammer. Pay attention to your taps. Much bigger, no matter how I'm pushing, right? I'm still going to get the same angle of contact. Oh man, this thing is tight. Don't get greedy. Don't try to go in and get way ahead of yourself and just try to push the whole thing out and see, because you're going to lock a lot of metal up. Okay. Even right there, I'm like, okay, I need to stop. I need to hit a little bit harder. I'm going to get a different tap down, a little bit more precise. Give you a little shot of the inside. See how tight that is? That's what I want to do. I want to get in there and focus right there for you.
Hey, just to let you know, folks, we filmed this repair in its entirety 2.5 hours on denttrainer.com. We encourage you to check out for a 1-day free trial and even a breakdown on how we estimated this repair for $1,559. Save 10% on Dent Trainer using the discount code DT102020 at checkout.
Okay, we're getting closer. Okay, I'm going to move the board back a little bit. You can see the difference, okay? Here's where we kind of started right there. So we got a good 3.5 inches so far. It's coming together. We're getting the deepest, start to get into the deepest area. I'm talking about, you see that mound right in this area? Okay? Can't get greedy. You can't get greedy. You get greedy, well, that's called lock pressure. You don't want to lock your pressure here. Tilt this back a little bit. You see that moving? Fast forward, so we got this tip right here. This is from VIP. It's a leather tip, and because I'm trying to get the rest of this depth out right here, I'm trying. This is pretty deep still, right in this section, right here. I need to be able to firmly push that, okay, and this is going to work right here. Now this is the Anaconda right here. So this is my first version of the Anaconda. I still use this, as you can tell. All right, it's money. So let's see how this works. Now you notice if I got my hand inside of the panel, which gives me a sense of more accuracy with it. Excuse me, more accuracy with it, and also I don't know what I forgot I was going to say. Takes a little time. I'm kind of slipping too a little bit, so it's hard to stay right on it. Actually, I'm going to move the camera just a little bit out of the way so I can do my thing maybe. So this is where we're at. Still a lot to go, but we're getting there. Okay, the depth is a lot better. That is the main part right there. That was the deepest area still. I brought all the metal there so I can set that up. I still got a crease in this area. You can see where the scratch is at. Now some people's like, how come you don't buff that scratch out? I mean, I'm not saying you don't have to, or you do. Sometimes I just leave it there so I can see through it. But mainly, you're right. You should buff it out if you can, because it will distort your vision, or it will block your vision a little bit on the deepest part, which I'm getting close to. I think I'm going to do that next. But I thought I'd show you how it's looking so far. Here's it without the light, just to give a backup here. We're getting somewhere, aren't we? Yeah. And that scratch stands out like a sore thumb now. We're getting there. We're gonna still have a good amount of cleanup, a few hours of cleanup. But yeah. All right, so I'm gonna buff this out, probably do a little live video for my Facebook page showing the progress of this.
So in this case, I'm using some lacquer thinner, but be careful that you don't use lacquer thinner on repaints because it will strip off the clear coat and paint. This can also still damage the paint, but you just got to treat it real quickly with some wax and it'll be fine. Do not leave lacquer paint or lacquer thinner on the paint for very long.
All right, it's close to 4:30. I've really only spent, I think, about 2.5 hours on it. I think maybe close to 3. I think I got started at around close to 1:30. So yeah, about 3 hours straight. No, hardly any breaks. I had lunch delivered at 8 real quick and jumped on this. So far though, it's been going really smooth. I'm probably about 60% done. The hard part is the beginning was starting the dent, okay? This is what really, I think this is the hard part, is starting in the beginning, starting correctly. The center, the middle part isn't as bad if you start correctly. It's okay if you make a high spot or not, just as long as you get that center out, you know, that low that you wanted to get out, you can always go back and tap. But tap very slow and carefully. Use a good tap down. You know, you can use a sharp tap down very lightly. You don't want to create another low because then you're kind of going in a circle. Okay, let me explain the 60-40 rule. So 60% of your tool should be outside of the access area. Okay, so the access point of where you are leveraging from. So if this is your leverage, right, or your hole or your access point, whatever you want to call it, 60% of your tool should be over here, not this way. So I'm going to take my soft tip and I'm just going to work it across. Now I am using the tip of it, I'm not side loading. I'm just kind of showing you. I'm just going to use the tip of the tool and walk across. And you can see that it's going to start coming together. This is the deepest section of the dent. And if you didn't do big dents, and you're out of the clear then, okay? But you want to make a big career out of this, just save your body parts, man. Use your body weight, you know, learn to use leverage. That's what I'm doing right here. So just again, just leaning into that, like that. All right, folks, I've been messing with it a little bit more. I'm not gonna, like I told you, I've just been doing exactly what I've been saying. Push the little lows, tap the little highs, and kind of going back and forth. Just the hell of a repair, dude. It's like, these repairs will take you days and days and days and days. Not days, hours, sorry, hours. It's gonna take patience. That's what I've been trying to say this whole video. If you want to get a dent perfect, it's going to take you patience. The picking out the little flaws, line by line or section by section. No ifs, ands, questions are about it. Will you get faster? Will it take you days at a time, every single time? No. I just think it takes more practice and perfection and patience. Did I say patience? you know, pushing yourself to be the best you can be. I'm not saying you be the best in the world, and that's a good thing too. But I think really at the end of the day, it's going to come down to, did you do your best? Did you try your best? Can you walk away from it and go, yeah, I did everything I could for that repair? But there's also a time where, you know, where you pick and choose your battles. And what's really going to make your repairs really good too is tools, along with yourself. I mean, I don't think tools are going to be your all in and all. It sure in the hell helps. I mean, look, we got this tool, the J-hooked. I just got it a couple days ago from Stanliner, and it is absolutely money. So this is basically a PDR versus body shop. So I think 95% of customers would rather have this than paint their or replace their Fender with an aftermarket Fender, which is 75% the case on body shop repairs. So you wouldn't have a factory OEM replacement, you'd have an aftermarket, you'd have aftermarket paint, you'd have aftermarket paint on your door because they gotta blend it, they gotta blend the bumper, and most of the time they've gotta blend the hood. Look outside. Sometimes people say, hey, well, what's it look like outside? It was inside your shop. All right, let's go take a look here. So that's what it really looks like, the truth outside. It's hard for me to even see because I can't see my own screen right now, but that was a nasty dent. So there you go.